Cool. So I had previously made a video talking about goals and whatnot and stuff that I like set personally and stuff that I achieved and some of them that I failed. Um, Today's video, I just want to talk about like why some of these goals failed and why some of mine personally failed. I'm just kind of going down a list of stuff that I can think of off the top of my head. But a lot of the times goals fail because one, they're not very specific, and they're not really mapped out, and it's part of the reason I think the gold tooth failed for me. That was one of the goals I had set. It wasn't very specific. I kind of said that I wanted to do it as a treat to myself for when I graduate, but I never really set an end goal. Like I knew I was gonna graduate this last year, which I did, but was that like, you know, being financially ready to drop money for like a gold tooth? Was I gonna do it like on cash? Was I gonna order it? Like realistically, like I didn't have like the thought process of, okay, you have to get it molded, you have to get it made, and then like, is this for like photos? Am I gonna wear this for an occasion? So it was very unspecific. So it just never really happened. I know it's still something I want to do because it's funny. But yeah, so it wasn't really specific. And then another reason, like down this list, people just doubt themselves. You have doubts on what you're capable of, what opportunity you have. You think, kind of like how people think about the stock market, like I'll buy when it's low, I'll buy when it's low, and they keep kind of pushing off, and they're like, nah, like will not. So they kind of just doubt themselves. So that's definitely another reason why goals fail. And like the next one would be not working for it, and I think this is where school for me kind of got complicated because I never really worked hard in school. I worked hard enough, but definitely I could assure anyone that had I just tried a little harder in classes, I probably wouldn't have to have had to repeat classes or drop classes. Sorry, I'm a little gassing. Was just part of the reason why I feel like I took 5.5 years. Hey, I finished and it's all cool and all, but it definitely took me some time because of that. Their goal, a fourth one is just goals just not being as motivating, whatnot. And I guess school can kind of fall back on that one. Obviously I had set a goal to buy a house, hella ambitious, got it done, but for me, I just didn't feel as motivated to like continue school. There's a lot of times where I wanted to just drop out and just stop going to school. I like was slowly not really seeing the point of school and like its return value on me. A lot of people kind of go like through this issue, and it's very, very like pretty common, and I think it's very valid thought process to have. But for me, like I just wasn't motivated, and like I feel that I probably could have finished school, like I said a little earlier, had I just been a little more motivated to like finish school. And then along with that, it's just commitment. My other goal was to make more videos and be creative this year, and I've definitely fallen completely short of that. I have a photo Insta that I don't repost as consistently as I wish I did. I have a YouTube channel that I don't post as consistently as much as I wish I did. And those are two big things for me that were supposed to be really important going into 2020, and I fell short. And that also kind of affects like financial goals too, because I mean YouTube, it's obviously like it's a bag of like mysteries. Like you never know if you're actually gonna make a dime on YouTube. I'm going into this kind of just like to push my creative boundaries and less on trying to make money. The make money part is definitely gonna be dependent on me and like how I work in terms of my actual work ethic and like my actual job. This is more of like I want to push myself to a new creative boundary. Along with that, I feel like I personally have a lot of issues committing to work, so that definitely gets in the way of like a lot of my creativity, like stuff that I want to do, specifically even like just making videos. Like if I can make some videos every now and then, I think that would definitely like help with that commitment issue. And just along with that, it's just not being focused. I feel like I'd say, or I tell people that I'm very busy. When you boil it down to it, I probably have enough time in the day to get some like creative work done or other stuff that can definitely help me with my finances, increase my income, just give me more time on things that I like spending time with my like roommates, my girlfriend, like my family, just a lot of stuff. And that kind of comes with just like the whole commitment and focusing. Oh yeah, the gym, that's a perfect one. So I obviously, given our current circumstances with coronavirus and like gyms opening, closing, I obviously really wanted to push myself to work out and be a lot more healthier and a lot more fit. And I definitely used the whole excuse of like, oh, the gyms aren't open, blah, blah, blah. But I definitely had enough time to work out at home and like buy some like weights or use things or just use my own body weight or run. Like I can definitely work out for free using a lot of different resources, and that's just a commitment issue too, and like not being focused. And this isn't like to really undermine myself or anyone watching this video, but this is more of a reflection. And let's see, 7, and I'm going off a list. I'm going off of goalcast.com because I really like that list. You know, like too many excuses is actually a pretty good one. I kind of told myself like, let's just do it later. You need rest. You can't really like function as creatively if you're not fully there. And definitely valid. I think it's valid that people need rest, but definitely made the excuse to push things off, and that's not enough. I definitely feel like there's time in the day, and I definitely feel like there's days where I'm just lazy and whatnot, and I'm just kind of like doing nothing, or I'm doing very easy work to get myself busy to kind of make myself productive, like clean my car or point clothes away. There's ways to be a little more productive and more efficiently, and I think that's the issue. Is just not that I'm like not productive enough, is that I'm not efficient with my time enough. So definitely an issue that I kind of saw myself. Not knowing how to handle failure. I don't think I really have this issue for the most part. I mean, I'm sure I've had this issue before, but like I don't feel like my goals really were short-sighted by this. But it's definitely another reason why people have issues meeting their goals. I mean, like I said, the fitness one is a good example. I think people start to see how long of a process it is to really reach their fitness goal, or for me, like their creative goal. So they get discouraged and like they're just like, I need to make sure that I'm perfect. And I think perfectionism is cool and all, but it's just not realistic. And I think that's like the root of you know, the hard work. Like sometimes we just have to push aside being perfectionist and just be human and just really push through it either way. The last two are just getting distracted, and that is a big culprit of mine. I love my friends, I love my roommates, I love my family, I love work, but sometimes there is times where I can be deviated from, you know, schoolwork or creative work or stuff like that. And I'm like I said, you know, I'll tell myself, oh, I need to rest. Oh, you know what? I need the day off. It's fine. Like I've been working really hard, and like valid. You know, you can be working really hard at your main job, and you feel like you need some time off, but there's definitely enough time in the day to sacrifice 30 minutes in a week, and 30 minutes in a week can definitely snowball effect its way into like your goals and things you want to do in life and like your objectives. And last one would just be giving up way too soon. And for me, last year, and I think I saw this video up, but it was a creative goal to see how much I can create in a month, and I believe it was April 15th to May 15th. I created one video, and it was the video saying that I was gonna push myself creatively to do it. And what did I do? I haven't posted anything up until recently. So definitely gave up on that way too soon. And like I said, creative wise, yes, I was doing some work on Instagram, but it wasn't enough. I definitely want to push myself to be creative on here, on YouTube. And yeah, I guess now is more of a better time than ever, since I have to be home for another 5 to 9 days, I believe. So definitely gonna take these 5 to 9 days to really push myself, hopefully, and get the snowball going. This is just a little bit kind of like why you know, goals are met. And you know what, while we're here, let's throw some bonus points. Huffington Post had a list, and it was magnifying our fears more than our abilities. That's true. I feel like like I said earlier, with the whole perfectionist part was definitely very, very like evident for me as well. Not strong enough why. There's a video, and I'll link it down below, but I forget who it is. It's a TED Talk. I think it's Simon something, but he talks about finding your why. Great video. Trying your hand at everything, that is my antithesis. Antithesis? I'm bad with words. But that is my biggest issue, is just trying to do everything, be a jack of all trades. And that sounds like a good video idea for next time. Crying wolf too often. I'm sure I've done that. Lacking a plan. Oh yeah, I've definitely done that as well. Not being committed. You ever talked about that? Not having deadlines. Talked about that too. With the tooth, gold tooth. And giving up when the going gets tough. Yeah, definitely. I can't I don't know. I'm sure I've done that as well. I can't think of a time, but yeah. Pretty much that's all I can think of right now. Thanks. Tune in next time.